Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle and today we are gonna talk about my top 10 eyeshadow palettes for summer. Now, most of these are colorful because I love me some color, as you probably can tell from today's look. So yeah, let's start off with the neutral palettes and then head over to the colorful ones. So first up, I have two from Huda Beauty. First up, we have the Sand Haze Obsessions. This is one of her 9-pan palettes. And this is kind of a medium. It's not light, it's kind of in the mid-range shades, which is nice in the summertime, I feel like, because you get some sun on your body. And yeah, so my favorite shade in this palette is this one here. Actually, it's the closest dupe that I could find for the shade Cranberry from MAC, and it's super stunning. And yeah, it's just a really pretty palette. You can do matte looks, you can do shimmery looks, you can take this on the go. It's just a really pretty everyday kind of palette. So that's the first one. Second one is the Nude Light Obsessions. Looks like this. And this is more on the light side, but again, that's quite nice for summer when you just need a flush of color. My favorite shade is actually the middle top shade, this light purpley one. Really pretty. So if you're into lighter colors, then this is the palette for you. The formula of Huda Beauty is really nice. As you can see, they are really shimmery, especially the purple one. That reflects so nicely. So yeah, I know she has one in medium and one in dark for different skin types. So it all depends on your preference. But yeah, the last neutral palette is my Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity Luxe Quad in Fleur Fantasia. And again, it's a quad. And it looks like this. It's just stunning. It has one really metallic glittery shade and then two soft shimmers and one matte, and this matte is really nice. It's super blendable. You can build it up. You can use this whole quad on your eyes for one look, or you can mix and match. It's really pretty and easy on the go as well. So you can kind of see yeah, this is my type of color story. But that is actually the 3 neutral palettes I have in that I do prefer for summertime. I know a lot of people prefer the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. For me, that's more of a fall and spring palette. So yeah. First up of the colorful palettes, we do have the Lethal Cosmetics After Dark palette. Now, with Lethal Cosmetics, you can pop the shadows out, just like the Natasha Denona palettes. So you can basically build your own palettes if you buy multiple ones, or if you just buy singles. But this is what it looks like. It has some bright colors, it has some pastels, really nice shimmers, a bit of everything. as you can see, I hit pan in this shade right here. But my favorite shade might actually be this one, and it is called Synth. It's just a really pretty pinky purple duochrome kind of shade. And these are super reflective once again, so if you're not into the reflective shimmers, then Lethal Cosmetics is not for you. But yeah, I really love my pinks and corals and purples and teals and greens for the summertime. I'm not a big fan of blue, but I'm getting there, so this is really my type of palette. And it's a good, like, you can pair it up with this one, for instance, and you can have these two in your bag when you travel and you have everything you need. But yeah, really pretty. I do love it, and the formula is amazing. Now the next one is again from an indie brand. This is Kaleidos. It's the Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise palette. I have one shade missing because it's in a magnetic palette. So right here it's supposed to be a teal shade. And yeah, it's just summer. You can make neutral looks, you can make bright looks, you can make monochromatic looks. You can do everything with this palette, even though it's just 6 shadows. And my favorite one is this one right here. Really, really stunning shade. So it's this one. Let me see if I can build it up. It's just really nice. You can use it for inner corner, all over the lid, anything. And this is just really handy and tiny and easy to bring, which again, if you travel, that is amazing. Now I had to put one ABH palette in. I do have 4 of her palettes, and I went with this one because of the color story. This is bright, this is summer. You have a few like neutral tones. You have a pop of purple, a bright pink, blue, yellow. You have everything. And I don't actually really know what my favorite shade in this one is, but I do think it's the pink shade, which is called Bahamas. It's everything. It's just bright and fun and kind of neon-y actually when you look at it. But yeah, you can make so many looks with this palette. You can pair it up with a neutral palette, and yeah, it's a lot of fun with this one. We're going back to the indie brands for a bit. We are going back to Kaleidos, and we are going to the Escape Pod. And again, this is just a mostly bright palette with a few neutral shades right here. So this is just stunning. I know a lot of people talk about the Club Nebula palette. I do have that one as well, but I actually think I prefer this color story over the Club Nebula one. Just because of the brights and the shimmers and everything. Now my favorite one is the first shade. I do not know how to pronounce that name, but it's just a nice light purple. You can see a color story forming of my favorite shades right up there. Really pretty. You can build it up, you can have it a bit more sheer, you can really play around with it, and it's so much fun. So yeah, if you're into bright colors, then you should take a look at this one. It is more on the expensive side because you have to take shipping into consideration, and yeah, so we are still going on the indie brand side, and we have Give Me Glow Cosmetics. This is the perfect pastel palette. It's called Pastel Dreams, and the packaging is just dreamy, and this is what it looks like. So you have 6 pastel colors, and in each duo it's a shimmer and a matte, and it's just beautiful. And in this one I actually cannot pick a favorite because I love every single one, but if I should pick for everyday use, then I would go with this pink one right here. Really pretty pink, shimmery goodness, and a little bit goes a long way with these shadows. But if I was gonna put or pick a fun color, I would actually go with this green one. Now you might know that I love me a good green, so this might not come as a big shock, but this is a really nice light green with some yellow reflects to it, and it's just stunning. So yeah, I don't know if they do have this as a, if this is a limited edition palette or if it's in their collection permanently. I do not know, but I do know that the first launch sold out, and I got it in the first launch, which I'm quite happy about. And they did a second launch, not a second launch, but what is it called? A restock, there we go, on this palette. But yeah, it's a heavy palette, it's a big palette, it's as big as my face, basically. So yeah, if you're not into big palettes, then Give Me Glow Cosmetics are definitely not for you, because they have really big pans. Let's compare it to the Huda Beauty one, if I can open it. So yeah, all of the shadows in here are a total net worth of 35 grams, while the Huda Beauty one is not that much. The total in the Huda Beauty ones are 9.9 grams, so it's more than 3 times more eyeshadow in this one than in this one. So, but this is stunning. And for deeper skin tones, this might not be the best for summer, but in wintertime this will be beautiful. Then we are actually going back to Huda Beauty. I just did a video on this palette. It's a 3 looks 1 palette video, and it's the Mercury Retrograde palette. And again, this is mostly colorful, but you have some few neutrals. So So yeah, this is actually the best palette to travel with. It's sturdy and you have a big mirror and you get your neutrals and your colors. So yeah, this is the formula of this is a bit hit and miss for me. Like the darkest shade is not the best. But the rest of the mattes are stunning. My favorite shade in this palette is actually the orange one called Utopia. This one right here. Really, it's kind of a softer kind of shade, but it's also really bright. So it's kind of a unique shade in my collection and it's super pretty. You can see it in action in the 3 looks 1 palette video in the first look. So if you haven't checked that out yet, then please do that. My 10th and final palette is the Head in the Clouds. Yes, Head in the Clouds palette from Made by Mitchell. I am wearing most of the shades on my eyes today from this palette. This is again a big palette. I'm using this shade right here, this one, and this one on the other corners, and then I'm wearing a Give Me Glow single and a Color Pop on the inner corner. So yeah, this might be looking dark, but like this purple is really bright. The same with the yellows. You have your cotton pink, you have your teals, and the shimmers are not that dark as it looks in the pan. This one is stunning. Like, these are super bright. So yeah, my current favorite shade is actually this one, and it's called Twinkle. And like, you can, it's not that dark, it's really bright and fun. So I do have it on the outer corners of my, this is an awkward swatch. I cannot talk today. But yeah, you can really tell my favorite colors for the summertime. We have the bright pinks, we have the pastel purples, we have a mint and teal green, and we have a pop of orange. But yeah, these are my top 10 palettes for summer. You have already seen quite a few of these on my channel before. A few of them are in projects currently, like the Made by Mitchell one, and do I have one more? Oh yeah, I have one shade from this one in a project, and I have this one in a project. So yeah, that is my 10 favorite palettes for summer. I have pulled out almost every single one of them in a Shop My Stash, so keep your eyes out. I might pull in some of these later in the summer. And yeah, that is it for my top 10 eyeshadow palettes for summertime. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, what palette do you like for summer? I would really like to know. Are you more of the colorful ones like me, or are you more on the neutral ones? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.